What is going on, you guys? It is the start of a new week, and I am here with my favorite, Tiffany.
Hi.
As you guys all know too well. So I believe we are in week 18, T.
Yes.
And it is just you and I for right now, because I have an important conversation to have with Tiffany that I wanted her to share with you guys also. So today's topics are going to be self-discipline, and then 3 things to help get you guys going with weight loss, for those of you who are struggling with motivation or just a starting point. But before we get started on those topics, I'm going to let Tiffany break down her week before we do weigh-ins and all that. So T, how was your week? Check in with us.
I had a really good week. Yes, I feel like I knew I was done with all my vacations and fun, so I wanted to really crack down and get under 200.
Yeah. So what is our ultimate goal right now?
200.
Yes,
right?
that's our ultimate goal.
Yeah.
What is our next goal?
Our next goal we said is 175.
Absolutely. So
Yes.
once T breaks 200, which will be the first time in years, then
Yeah.
T's going to push for 175.
Yeah.
What differences did we have this week?
I don't know. I felt more disciplined.
Yeah.
I know you said we were talking about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I just felt a lot more like I don't need it. I don't know. Like I want results, so I'm not gonna have that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So
But I still was also like more into my calories. I did go down a little bit. I didn't like eat as like I had less calories.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I still got a coffee with cream the other day just because I was like, I know it fits into my thing, and yeah.
So we're still using the strategy of tracking calories. So if you guys have been following along, you guys know Tiffany uses a calorie tracker. She's very aware of what she's putting into her body, and we're going to talk about that later on in today's content. So, T, the one thing I really want to talk about today, and this is where you're going to get nice and vulnerable for us, is I want to talk about self-discipline. So a lot of the times, you guys in the comments, we see they just need more self-discipline. Self-discipline is the key. Discipline, discipline, discipline. Yes, discipline is absolutely crucial in achieving your goals. But before you even get to discipline, there's a bigger factor. Discipline is basically the habits that we put in place to overcome weaknesses in order to get to a goal. But in order to get to that goal, we got to tap into what motivates us and what our bigger picture is. And that is such an individual thing. So for Tiffany, when she first started this process 18 weeks ago, Tiffany's why is very different now than what it was 18 weeks ago. So T, I want you to kind of break down your why. And this is mainly for you and all you guys out there that are in a weight loss journey. And I'm going to rope this back into not just weight loss, but life.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your why 18 weeks ago, and then we're going to evolve the why now.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that in 2 parts. So your why 18 weeks ago, why did you even start this weight loss journey?
I feel like just for the most obvious reason, like I want to look good. I want to be like skinny. I want to like fit into cute clothes, you know, not feel uncomfortable.
Right.
But yeah.
But you're not alone. There's a lot of people out there that when you guys get started with weight loss or in your fitness journey or even with a new business, your why is very, very surface level. It's very easy to connect to. It's something that you're like, oh, well, this makes sense. Like, I just want to be skinnier. I want to fit into new clothes, right? Everyone says I should be skinnier. I know I'm overweight.
Yeah.
That's my why. Great. Okay, so T, over the last 18 weeks, you've had tremendous results. On the scale, which is the only tangible item we have to actually show progress, but in life habits. Now, there's no question it's gotten harder for you to lose weight.
Yes.
So T is damn near down 40 pounds. The weight loss has started to slow down because the easy changes in her life that she was able to make have produced the amount of results that they're going to produce. So now Tiffany is actually having to put in a lot more work than she did before, which is normal in the process. With that, T, is your why still strong enough to keep the discipline in place that you need to in order to keep going?
I think it will be, just like from the little talk we already had.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
There's a lot of crackdown. There's a lot of hard talks. You guys always say that I'm too happy and I'm not hard on these girls. I am a very different person behind the camera with them. I'm very connected to them. And I've known these girls for a long time. So the nice person that you guys see on camera is not always the nice person behind the scenes. It's my job to help these girls understand that their why and the bigger picture that they have for them in this life is what we're working towards. It's not just the number on the scale that you guys see. It's not just the here and the now. There's a much bigger picture here, which is what we have to tap into, which is my job to help them tap into. So what I'm having Tiffany do is actually re-tap into her why, her bigger picture for herself. Now this is going to be a hard conversation for her because it's hard for everybody. It's hard for anybody to sit down and really ask yourself what you want your life to be. And I don't know that Tiffany's really
I don't think I've ever done that.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
like I feel like why am I doing this? Like, right?
Really,
like, why am I
really
going
why?
on this journey?
What for you in your perfect world, in your ultimate life? Where is your life? Where is your life in 3 months, and where's your life in 5 years from now, Tiffany? Who do you ultimately want to be? Physically, in your life in business, in your life professionally, in your relationships as a person, in your family. Who are you?
I don't know.
She's gonna get emotional.
I feel like I'm already crying, but I just feel like I just want to be like, you just want to be happy. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like this is just like I feel like it's embarrassing and it's like really hard to talk about. Like, that's why I feel like I almost didn't want to do YouTube when they first came to me about this, just because like I don't tell anybody this, so like it's hard to share it with like the world, and like even knowing like some of my friends are watching, I don't like want to share this because like I'm just I feel like I have no self-confidence, and I have so many insecurities that I just don't, it's like so hard to share my life with everyone, and because all I really want is to be happy. And I feel like if I was as stupid as this sounds, like if I was skinnier I would be happy. Like, I want to be in a relationship. I don't like want to be alone my whole life. So like, and I know like I'll like never be in a relationship if I am not happy with like the way I look.
Yeah, so that's a standard for yourself, right?
Yeah.
You want to be happy with who you are before you find validation in relationship.
Yeah.
And to each their own on all these things. This is not to say that this is right for everybody, but this is personally where Tiffany sees herself.
Yeah.
And it's so important, T, that we tap into this. This is why we're doing this episode the way that we are, because this right here is where she's going to get her discipline from. It is getting T and myself to re-tap into Tiffany's motivation. And from there, we'll give her a concrete plan, and then she'll have her hard goal that she's working towards. This is where success comes from. This is where discipline comes from. So T, I'm so, like, I can't even begin to tell you guys how proud I am of her, for her to break down like this and to actually get in touch with herself. Because the truth is that nobody can do this but you. There's no right or wrong answer. It's got to come from her.
Yes. So, I mean, obviously the ultimate goal is just be happy, and I feel like that's going to come with, like, weight loss. Like, I feel like even like now, like I feel like I'm already like a happier person, because like I don't know, I feel like being overweight, like you do get like a little depressed or whatever. Like before this whole journey started, I feel like I spent a lot of time just like sleeping.
Yeah.
And so like this has been like a nice like thing to look forward to. But I don't know. I guess happy is like my ultimate goal, but like in everything, like at work, like with myself. And
now that Tiffany has kind of realigned with what her ultimate goal is, and kind of reminded yourself that it's not just about getting skinny. Yeah. It's about something much deeper than that. It's about the happiness that comes from things in life, like I said, like her relationship. Now it's my job, T, to work with you to realign a plan. To keep you going forward towards 200 and then 175. Yeah. So what we're going to be doing in the following episodes is Tiffany and Heather. Tiffany's going to have a notebook though, and it's going to have 3 things in it. Okay. We're going to talk about this later in the episode, but I'm going to have you now start to record daily 3 things.
Right.
So after we weigh in, you guys, I will clue you in on what that is. But Tiffany's going to be doing it for you guys. She's going to be showing you the way on that.
Yeah. So it's very therapeutic.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
for those of you guys that are out there struggling though, I want to make one last point.
Okay.
Discipline is not always the answer. Discipline does help. It's a huge, huge factor. But the truth is that you have to have a bigger picture that you're working towards, and you have to understand why, and what that's important to you. So realigning Tiffany is a big thing. And the truth is, it's not just in weight loss and fitness. That goes for all aspects of life. If self-discipline was the answer, we'd all be in shape, millionaires, successful relationships. But it's not that easy. It's not just easy to say, well, just have more discipline. You have to have a very, very, very clear vision of where you want to go with this life. And then you have to have a plan to actually obtain that. And then the discipline comes in on that plan. But most importantly, we needed to tap into what Tiffany is holding true to herself right now and what she actually wants out of all this. So I'm excited to get on the scale, but understand too that the scale is just one very small tangible factor that we are using to show you guys success that this whole world has put so much value on. And while I understand that that's what the viewers can take back and you guys can say, oh, I see a difference, understand that Tiffany is probably an entirely different person than she was 4 months ago. And Tiffany, how old are you?
27.
27. Tiffany has built her thought processes on 27 years of life. 4 months of change does not completely change who you are, right? And there's a lot of things that you've come to believe true of yourself that you now want to change. So in the grand scheme of it, 4 months is such a scratch mark on the amount of change that Tiffany's going to undergo in order to become the person that she's just now identifying and wanting to become. So the scale is not the only marker of success. So for those of you guys on a weight loss journey, remember that. Like, use it as a tool, but really evaluate some of the other things that are going on. And for me as a coach, there's a reason why you guys don't see a very harsh side of me on the camera. It's not always about being harsh. Like I said, T does get a harsh side of me. Yes. But her success is not really based upon my harshness. It's part of her success is based upon her realizations, which I have to help her see. That is my true job in all of this, is to help her really understand what she wants, what she's capable of in the life that she deserves to live, and then help her get a plan to actually get to that. So, cool. See you right.
Hey guys, we're just about to weigh in. Heather's here with us now, and she will get to tell you more of why she wants to do this journey next week. Right? Yes. Okay, cool.
All right,
like
girls.
What her goal is, you know, like I talked a lot about what I want in life, you know. So Kristen made us dig deep. Well, I dug deep when she asked what I want, so Heather has some time to think about what she wants, because it's a hard question for everyone to think about. What do you want, you know? And then, you know, sometimes you don't know what you want, but it's making that decision to find out what you want. And so, yeah, with that, we're going to weigh in.
All right. Who's up first?
So last week I was 207, but I just got back from vacation. But my vacation was very different because, like, I still worked out twice. I made better decisions about what I was eating throughout the day. I did splurge, but I still thought throughout the day to make those better decisions. And then the next day I'd start off with a healthy meal, or go as long as I could with the healthy meal.
Yeah, so
and added those extra exercises in.
Yeah. So a huge victory for you, T, to go on vacation and not just go all out the entire time. So we want to chalk it up to the small victories, which are so crucial in the process and rebuilding this manual of yours that you've built for the last 27 years. Those are things that really are important. Yeah. All right. So the skill's one avenue, but those types of habits and the things that you're changing in your mindset within a vacation, awesome.
Yes. With that ado,
without further ado, T's gonna step on the scale. We were 207.4 last week?
No, just 207, even.
207, and now T is down to, what does that say? 202.8.
Yeah.
Tiffany, welcome back.
Thank you.
T, strong 4.5 pound loss. How does it feel?
It's good. I'm excited. I was pretty motivated just because I know we talked a lot last week. And I want to be under 200 pounds. I just feel like I haven't been there in a really long time. And yeah.
So I'm excited for you to get under 200, and I know we're literally
2.8 away.
2.8 pounds away. T, you will definitely crush that next week. I promise you, if you stick to this week, you will crush it next week.
All right.
But what I want you to start wrapping your mind around, 175.
Okay.
200 is awesome. We are going to get there, but we are going 175.
Okay.
So we're going to start to make that our victory.
Okay.
All right. Now here's where discipline's going to come into play.
Yeah.
Things that you're going to be doing, which we're going to talk about after this, in order to get to 175.
I don't even think I could tell you the last time I was 175, because I'm pretty sure I was like 180 or 190 in middle school. So I couldn't even tell you the last time I was 175.
Amazing, T. How exciting is that?
It's sad, but exciting, I guess.
Well, think about it. It was 65 pounds ago, and now it's less than 30 pounds from you.
Wow.
You're halfway there, babe.
That's crazy.
Exciting.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Heather, step up for me.
Okay.
Heather, how was your week?
It was good. It was, I was busy. I had a lot of stuff, but I've been doing,
I didn't really have that much time to come to the gym, so I've been doing like workout videos at home, like DVDs. I've been doing Insanity.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, so, and I really like drip a sweat in that, so, and it's been easy because it's kind of hard sometimes to leave my house if I don't have a babysitter for my daughter, so it's easy to do with her there at home. So I was able to do that like 3 times this week, and yeah, and then, I mean, it was Valentine's Day, so, you know, I did enjoy, you know, a little couple sweets here and there, and a good meal with my boyfriend, so that was fine. But, I mean, I didn't go overboard. I still, like, maintained. I still eat, like, pretty good, even though I, like, cheat here and there, but, so yeah, it's just my working out. I think that I need to step up a little bit.
So we're going to summarize that as daily activity, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So daily activity needs to go up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Basically.
Okay, recap last week.
I was 149.6, right? Yeah, 149.6.
Awesome. Jump up there for us. Good old Renfo. 148.8. So Heather's down almost a pound.
Yeah, 0.8.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Heather, not as big of a jump, but here's what I love. You guys are now trending down again.
Yeah.
Right, which for Heather, she's already reached one of her major goals. So she's already gotten to her pre-baby weight, which for her was a huge, huge landmark. So that loss is getting harder for her.
Yeah.
And it's time for Heather to recalibrate her reason why. So we will have Heather next week in a very honest conversation as to where Heather is at in this whole thing.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. That's great.
All right, girls. Well, awesome job. T 175. We are
Okay.
almost there, but we're going to break 200 first.
Okay.
Awesome job.
Okay.
So, as I was mentioning in the beginning of the video, we have a second part of today's content. We are not working out, as I mentioned earlier. We are instead getting the girls some things here to help be them successful. So there are 3 things that we're going to focus on as we go forward towards the ultimate goal to help with discipline. And those 3 things are calorie tracking, daily activity, and hydration. So we are here at Target getting a few things, including a notebook and a water bottle, in order to help with those 3 goals.
All right, so we found some notebooks. Good old avocado.
And it's on sale.
Yes.
And a blah, blah, blah.
All right.
All right, this I feel like clearly shows our personalities.
So I want you guys to have fun with it.
Yes.
Heather, what else did you find?
Best day ever. That's just
A little more
not
motivational.
me.
I
some
would like
ice
this
cream?
one.
So I can look at the ice cream a little. This one's just.
That one's just cute and classy.
I know. Very
I
me.
like that.
All right, so at the beginning of these, you guys, every Sunday, you guys are
Yes,
going to write
these
down
are-
your weekly goals.
Goals.
Yes. And then daily, what are we going to be writing down, Tiffany?
We're going to be writing down activity. At least 30 minutes of activity. We're going to be writing calories, but we can use our Fitness Pal for that. And the third.
I still want you to track them.
Okay, still track them. And the third will be, what's the third?
Hydration.
Hydration. So water bottles. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep going.
All right. Where's the water bottles?
When it comes to water, there's a lot of different options. So you guys can do a regular bottle where you're refilling it. There's the option to carry around the gallon, depending on how much water you're drinking. I personally don't like refillable bottles for the most part because I feel like a lot of them are small or they're heavy or I forget it. I also don't love carrying around a jug like this big, like the gallon size. So I actually opt for buying bottles that are more along this size, not these guys. More along these size of water bottles. So these are going to be 50 ounces. So anywhere from a 36 to a 50 ounce bottle. And what I'll do is I'll either buy a couple of them, or I will buy one and I will refill it multiple times. And then once it's kind of died, then I'll get a new one. But when it tells you the ounces on it, I already know if I'm drinking 100 ounces a day, I only need to drink 2 of these guys. So it's less of a hassle than carrying on a gallon, but it's also not something, like I said, if I lose it, it's not that big of a deal. So I prefer to buy a couple of these bottles and keep it with me for the week. So.
Agreed.
See, what are you looking at over there?
Bang bang. Just kidding. These are so good. But are they so good?
So the great debate on caffeine and energy drinks. I think we are going to
caffeine.
save that for another episode.
Okay. But I'm still gonna get this.
Some protein bars, some Think creamy peanut butter.
Heather wants to know some of the things about the different protein bars that are out there. And the truth is that there's a gazillion protein bars available nowadays. So what are you guys actually looking for in protein bars? Again, I'm going to save that for another episode. But some of the things to consider are, 1, how much protein is it actually providing, and is that the purpose of the bar?
Right.
2, how much sugar is in it? So
0.
0 in these ones, but a lot of the times you'll flip over a protein bar box, for instance. I'm going to flip over this one, and you'll see that they have anywhere from 10 to 20 grams of sugar. So again, this one's not too bad. It has 7 grams, but I flipped over one this morning that was 18. 15 grams, and that was a Vega Sport plant-based
Yeah.
protein nutrition bar. So not to call out brands, but something to consider is
Nugo 25.
25 grams of sugar. Just because it's a protein bar doesn't necessarily mean it's the best thing for you. Again, look at your calories, look at your overall sugar intake, see how much of that is coming from this guy. So
These can replace my Thin Mint. Girls have cookies.
yeah, awesome job.
Okay.
That is a wrap on this week's content. We just left Target, so now it's on to next week.
Yes. And we're just gonna we're gonna be working on self-discipline and reevaluating our goals. And so I think that starts with our journals, and we're going to weekly write our goals.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, cool.
And
then
daily, what are you writing
three
down?
things:
Which are?
water,
Yep.
activity,
Uh-huh.
and calories.
Yes. So I highly encourage you guys at home, as you guys are getting started, or if you've reached a plateau or you've reached kind of a rough point in your journey, make sure you start to pay attention and build habits around those very important 3 things, and start to journal it, make it real life, as these girls are doing.
Yes. Sounds good.
So until next week, you guys, thanks for watching.
And hope you can join us by journaling too, and I hope it helps you. But keep watching, and
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
turn on your post notifications.